When you think about making an exercise or a workout more difficult, oftentimes our first thought goes to increasing the weight. While going heavier is a great option, sometimes it's just not safe, and sometimes it can cause unnecessary wear and tear on your joints, tendons, and ligaments. While I'm all for lifting heavy, I'm also all about lifting sustainably and being able to do this our entire lives. So today we're gonna focus on increasing difficulty by increasing the range of motion with each exercise. So some of these exercises are probably ones that you've done before, but by increasing that range of motion, it's gonna become a totally new exercise. So if you're experiencing plateaus or you're just bored in the gym, then this workout is for you. Before we get into the workout, if you're interested in training with me, if you want some workout programs, I do have some online training programs and a monthly subscription service. If you go to erinsternfitness.com, there's a ton more information and tons of options. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below. So without further ado, let's jump right into this workout. Here's our setup for the first exercise, feet elevated hip thrust. Now for the foot elevated hip thrust, I start with 135 pounds. And the main reason for this is that it's just easier to get that bar up onto your hips. If you can't go this heavy, you can always use a plate or a dumbbell, where you can have someone spot you and hand you that bar. If you are going lighter, consider doing a B stance or a single leg. This is going to make the exercise much more difficult, and it's going to get you those results that you want. So here, upper back is on the bench, chin always stays tucked, or you can look kind of directly ahead, but don't look up. This is going to cause you to arch the back, and you don't want to do that. Really squeeze at the top. The lower leg should be at about perpendicular once you get mid-rep, but that mid-rep squeeze is really key, and utilize that full range of motion. So make sure you get all the way down and come all the way up. Next exercise is a deficit RDL. So you can see the setup is pretty similar here. I'm going to keep that back nice and flat. So if you feel your back starting to round, definitely take a plate away or don't do the deficit at all. Something that really helps me keep my back flat is thinking about pushing your hips and glutes back first. So that should be the first cue rather than thinking about simply lowering that bar. Another thing that can really help is keeping the bar as close to your shins and legs as possible, pushing your weight through your heels, and keeping a neutral spine here. So I'm not tucking the chin, I'm not looking up, but I am thinking about pushing those hips back. Knees stay nice and soft. I use a double overhand grip. I like to really think about symmetry every single time I'm lifting, so I'm not going to use a mixed grip here. I'm going to keep the shoulder blades and everything nice and tight. Next, we're going to go to a foot elevated split squat. Now I'm holding it with a goblet hold. This keeps that dumbbell nice and close. You don't have to worry about stabilizing. And this increased range of motion is going to get that upper leg below parallel. It's going to give you a lot more glute recruitment. So you should feel this a lot more in your glutes than you would normally feel it. I'm going to do all the reps on the right side. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the other side. When I switch, make sure that the foot is even. So you're taking the same stance, same hold, same everything from right to left. This is really important because, like they say, perfect practice makes perfect. So you want to make sure that you're executing these single leg exercises the exact same way from right side to left side. Upper body stays tall, and my weight's through the heel on that front leg, and of course it's through the toe on the back leg. Next, we're moving on to a heel elevated dumbbell hack squat. This will light your quads up. Now here, I know you're thinking, oh, but shouldn't the knees stay behind the toes? If you have perfectly healthy knees and you're not going crazy heavy, this is fine. If you have knee issues, I would probably recommend avoiding this exercise, or perhaps taking a plate away and just doing it with a small heel elevation. So here, upper body stays tall, dumbbells are at the sides, weight is just pushed through the toe, and you're really putting a lot of force on those quads, so they're working hard. Another thing too is that if you don't feel confident going all the way down, you can stop when your upper leg reaches parallel. So we're going to take one of those plates away and do a toe elevated good morning. This is a dumbbell good morning. This is really great if you don't have a ton of equipment, or if you're trying to figure out how to get that bar behind your back. Just going to go ahead and use a dumbbell. So here, this increased range of motion is going to give you an increased stretch. So if you have a hard time feeling these good mornings, you're going to feel them a lot more by doing them this way. And I think primarily because your weight's pushed through your heels, and it gets you into a little bit better form here. So thinking about pushing those hips and glutes back. Back stays nice and flat always. And I'm resting that dumbbell right on my traps. So the dumbbell should be on your traps, not on your neck. Soft knees. Gonna finish up with calf raises. So I'm gonna hold 2 dumbbells. This is a bit of a balancing act here. Find that leaning forward just a little bit will help you keep your balance, but this is gonna help you get a little bit more of a stretch than if you were to say, just stand and do calf raises. So here we're gonna rep it out, probably about 30 reps. And think about pushing your heels forward rather than lifting your heels up. And by doing this, you'll find that you really hit those calves, and you should really feel this squeeze. So push the heels forward rather than lifting the heels up. And keep those dumbbells nice and still. Don't swing. Really focus. This workout can be done a couple of different ways. The first way is just to do it as written, so perform them in straight sets. And I'd recommend doing 3 or 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps of each exercise. This is going to help you with gaining muscle. The rest in between each set is going to allow you a little bit more recovery. It's a little bit slower paced. Again, perfect for gaining muscle. The second way you can do it is combine the first and second exercise, the third and fourth exercise, and the fifth and sixth exercise, and do this in supersets. So you're just gonna do first exercise and then right into the second one. You'll get the benefits of cardio. That decreased recovery time is gonna keep your heart rate up. You're also performing push and then a pull. So you have the ability to get that active recovery on the muscle group that's not working while still training. So for that, I would recommend doing about 45 seconds to a minute in between each superset, and again, 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps. For the supersets, you probably won't be able to go as heavy, but again, you're saving time and you're getting a little bit more cardio. So if you like this video, please like it and consider subscribing, and don't forget to click that little bell. You'll be the first to know whenever a new video comes out. And if you try this workout and you love it, please tag me on social media. I really enjoy seeing your progress and seeing you take all of these workouts and making them your own. Thanks for watching. Until next time, train hard, y'all.